Hi everyone, I'm going to explain about Generative Engine Optimization today. So in this course, I'm going to cover what is Generative Engine Optimization, how to do Generative Engine Optimization, how can you get unfair advantage among your competitors if you use Generative Engine Optimization now, and when it is started and how it is going right now. So let's dive in. So Generative Engine Optimization is basically like an SEO, but here we will be doing optimization for LLM platforms like ChatGPT, Gemini, Cloud, Perplexity, and so on. So when it comes to GEO, it is slightly different from SEO. So in traditional SEO, what we do, we'll just do a lot of backlinking, we'll write a lot of blogs, we'll try to increase our domain authority, and we'll try to be best among our competitors in terms of content, in terms of website loading speed, and there are a lot of factors in it. But in GEO, it is slightly less when compared to that, but it is completely a different segment when it is compared to that. And when I'm taking this video right now, globally almost only few thousands of people are actually searching for GEO and generative engine optimization, which means which is almost at the starting of the stage. So doing generative engine optimization at this moment is like buying a Bitcoin in 2010 or 2009. So that's how it is right now. So let's dive in. I'll start explaining about few features in GEO and how to optimizing it, and yeah, pretty much. So today I'm going to use a tool called Blazely GEO, where they have all the features. So I'll explain why the feature and how the feature works and how can you benefit from that feature to make sure your website ranks well in all the LLM platforms. And before I know, I'll just have to one more statistics here. So the users or traffic that comes from this LLM platforms convert 10 times more than the traditional search like Google or other methods, because these searches are completely different, and the people who are searching in this LLM platforms are way more asking more questions to these LLMs, and then only it will suggest a brand name. It won't like directly show the brand name. So yeah, let's start. So if you see here, you can add projects here. So projects means basically nothing but a website. So here I have added my website here. So if you open, initially what it does is it will scrape all the web pages and give a generative engine optimization score. It's like our SEO health score. So for every pages now you will get to see the score for it. Okay, so now it have identified 91 pages, and I'm going to start an analysis. So the analysis will be happen one by one, and once you get the score, you can able to see what are the things that you can do to improve this. This will actually help you to get to 100. So your score is 100 doesn't mean that LLMs will directly show your name, but it will increase the possibility of your websites to showcase there, and LLMs will start to love your website and start to scrape your website more frequently to get the things or get the content it wanted. So if you see the landing page is done, so the score is 77. I'm going to click how to improve. So let's see what are the things that I'm missing in order to get to 100. So if you see, first one is a.json. Basically it's just like small snippet kind of a code where you just have to add it in your website header. So yeah, this will allow the LLMs to actually scrape your websites. If some websites actually already block this LLM things, because those website developers or builders consider this the LLM things as a bots. So usually companies have the traditional of blocking the bots visits, but here the bots means everything. So we have to allow them. So next one, if you see robot statistics, if you here we are basically allowing all these LLM bots to get information from our website rather than blocking it. If it's already blocked, you have to contact your developer, or you can either just unblock it. Allow the robots to access your website, then only it get information. Then other things. So structured data. So the structured data, there's small changes I have to do in my structured data. Then on-page geo. So what does this mean is I have to add location-based keywords. So when it comes to these LLM platforms, let's say right now I'm in India, I'm searching for some SEO services or agencies. It won't directly show me the agency in US. It won't work like that. It will show only the best agency that is located around my geography. So if your business or anything is related to geographic or a retail business, you have to specifically mention your location there, because that's has the highest priority. That's what you need to surely add it. And mobile viewport have to be there, and mostly the first preference go to the geography. So you have to somehow mention that your brand is in this location in all the pages. Okay, second one, content loading method, server-side renderer. And basically this means like the HTML websites are much preferred by LLM than the websites having huge animations, the huge loading speeds. The LLMs won't scrape much content there, since it's very hard to scrape. It will just get the like heading tags or some small tags in the web page, and it will just go away. It won't get the full juice of the website. So that needs to be changed. Another, so it's just a meta tag change. If you see, specific feedback, the meta tags provides a clear overview of a services offered by this page. However, it lacks in geographic or location based keywords, which are crucial for local geo optimization. So I have to add this. So since my website is actually international based, I can't able to add this, but again I can able to try it at certain pages, not in the landing page. So these are the general recommendations. So if I implement all these things, this page will score 100. So if you see, this is a blog page and it is already scoring 90. Similarly, it will do for all the pages one by one. Okay, so now the L score part is clear. So I'm moving on to the second feature called AI monitor, which means it will show for what are all the keywords that this LLM platforms are showing my brand. Let's say it has automatically Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini and Perplexity. So my website is showing for, in ChatGPT it is showing again also as always brand name it is showing, since it is relatively new website, it's almost 6 months old, and it is showing for automated content writing in 7th position, which is really good. And in Gemini, all brand names with a different small change in the text. Again, when it comes to Claude, best generative engine optimization software, we are ranking first. Again, this is good. Generative engine, cheaper alternatives to perform for GEO, best platforms, good. And Perplexity. Now it is basically showing this platforms are suggesting you for this keywords. Now we get an idea of what it is, and then if you scroll further down, basically this is like a add-on feature that we have. It will suggest like what are all the keywords that you can actually rank for, visible for in this LLM platforms if you write a blog or 1 or 2 landing pages in it. So you can see the opportunities. If it is showing that you just need to write 2 blogs and 1 landing page on this specific keyword. Then again, summary of what is going on there. Then comes the interesting part, competitor research. So let's say I'm going to use the brand name, and this is actually showing the previous research of what I have done with SEMrush. Again, unfair competition, but still, if you see, SEMrush is ranking for all this keywords in these platforms. Keyword research tool, OpenAI is showing, and something like that, and Perplexity. So let's say if I conduct a new research and I'm going to use the SEMrush again, Blissly will give me a opportunities, which means what are the things they are doing well, which I can do well in order to this LLM platforms to refer my brand name. It will be pretty interesting. Let's wait. Right now there are a lot of complex queries which is running again to pull all the data and show it here. Let's wait. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I was wanted to see you guys. Okay, fine. So these are all SEO audit tool. Even SEMrush is not ranking. So if I press this pen icon, it will suggest me to write some blogs and landing pages. And again, this tool will automatically does it for us. And here comes the interesting part: ranking opportunity strategies. So what are the things which I have to do for specific these keywords in order to make sure I'm visible there? Backlink checker, rank trackers for all the keywords which I can rank. It will suggest. Okay. Then you can also export this as a CSV, and if you are agency provider, you can set up few things about your website and your brand logo, brand color, anything in profile, and you can download this as a white label report as well. Then a citation flow. It is basically like a keyword research for SEO, but here it's GEO. Let's say I'm searching generative engine optimization. Let's go with global right now. Okay, gotcha. So here it is showing where the LLM platforms is getting the information. So LLMs won't, magically generate information. They get an idea from some website or some place where it can easily. Then it will rephrase the content depending upon the emotions of the questions user asked. So let's say a user is asking budget-friendly generative engine optimization tool. It won't suggest the high-priced tool. So it will understand the user emotions and what you're expecting. Then it will get the information from where else it can possibly take, and then it will iterate the content and show it to the user. That's how the whole platform works. So if you see here, the first content it is saying from contentmarketinginstitute.com, it's a website. So in Gemini it is taking from all these platforms, and Cloud it is, Perplexity it is. So what we can actually do here is, if these websites are easy to get a backlink, or if it's this website, or if it's possible for you, you can reach out to them and you can add a small text about your website or product, that if they're not your competitor again. So this LLM automatically start to show your name as well, since this is automatically taking the information from the page, and if your brand name and brand information is there, it is automatically visible. It's like a shortcut that you can do it. Comparison analysis, and basically this is where you can see why these websites are actually cited and trusted by LLM platforms. So trust is the major factor for all the LLM platforms right now. If you see domain authority and trustworthiness, the first point, and then why content quality and relevance, of course they have a good content, and geo optimization factors and user experience elements, technical implementation, content freshness update. Okay, it is taking 2023 or 2024 as a reason, which is actually old. Backlink profile and citations, branding. So basically, right now LLMs usually take on from most reputable websites, the websites that are mentioned in Forbes or big newsletters. So right now it's like a black box, but it is very tough to index there. But if we did all these things properly, there is a way that we can able to crack this geo thing. Okay, then comes a feature called GEO Crawl, which is similar to what we are doing in Ahrefs or other tools like a SEO Crawl, where what here it will does is, in Blazes Job we are sending a small bot which is built like a ChatGPT to all the web pages. So it will start from landing page and it starts to move to all your pages, and whenever it is facing a difficulty or it is facing impossible to move from one page to another page, it will show that, hey, I'm facing a difficulty in moving from here to there, can you please check? So you can go ahead and fix that. So if a bot comes, or any LLM bot comes to a website, it can freely move to any part of your website and get the information it wants. So that's how this feature works. If you see here, one total page and one external links found. Okay, it right now gets my primary landing page and 80 external links found, no orphan pages, scoring it give 25. So what I have to do is I have to re-scroll it again. Fix it will give me the what are the things which I need to fix in order to get the 100. It's a generated recommendation again. Okay, links density is less, at least 3 to 5 internal links to each page. All these pages are affected, and anchor text quality, which is also poor, and additional structure what I have to change, contextual relevance, orphan pages again, and the score is already perfect. So I don't have any orphan page. So orphan page is nothing but there is no links to that page coming from other pages to this page. So I don't have any page like that. So which is good, but still I have to do a lot of changes in order to get to good position here. Then okay, this is an interesting feature which I like the most. GEO AEO content writer. So we all write content optimized for SEO, right? So when it comes to GEO optimized content, the blog structure have to be entirely different. So LLM prefer emotions and structured content more than anything. So this content will be in completely different format compared to all the other SEO content. So let me start by writing this GEO tools maybe. So here you can select the website that you want, what you are going to post there. So it will write a personalized content for your website. So it won't like feel like out of ordinary. So I'm generating it here. Okay, we got the content. Meta and better description is almost the same. There's nothing change here. Okay, so we just have to do a small tweaks here with GEO tools for Generative Engine 2024. Right now we are in 2026, so we just can change that. So if you see, almost start with the question phrases. In LLM platforms, people usually ask more questions rather than just answering. They directly start with answer. No one does that. Everyone will ask a question. So it starts the H2 in a question, and it gives an explanation on why it matters, benefited studying example and framework. If you see, it will even looks like how the ChatGPT content is generating us. So example, so there is no humanization involved in it, like what we are providing in all my other product builds SEO. There we have a humanization feature, and the content will look like exactly human. Here it has to look like exactly the written one. So what I suggest for the people is, you can make this blog completely not indexable by Google, and you can even make it this invisible in the front end. So you just want to keep it in back end, and no other users can able to get this content. But you can have internal linkings, and you can do all the other basic SEO stuff, but it should be not indexable by Google, as well as it shouldn't be visible to public. If you are okay with it, you can actually do it. But still, again, the content looks fine, so mostly you can do it. Or else still, if you okay, no, I don't prefer, I prefer only human written content to be showcased in my website, then actually you can not show this content in the front end. So this is only for the AIs to take information from your website. So we have a comparison table, how to choose basically FAQs, again most question phrases that you can possibly have. You can save this content. That's all. And we have a WordPress integration right now, so you can, if you have WordPress integration, you can integrate a WordPress and you can directly publish it from here. You don't have to copy, paste, and you can format and things. No need it. It's directly published with an URL. Everything will be done there. You don't have to do any change there. Again comes the landing page feature. It will create a landing page exactly like what we did in the content writing page. But here again, first it will give you a content. Then I'll show one example here. This GEO tools, maybe let's start a year now, 2026. I'm writing. This is the most time consuming feature. So it took barely 1.5 to 2 minutes to completely generate this thing. So we have to wait in the meantime. Yeah, waiting is not good. We have running almost 4 LLMs in the backend, so which consumes most time. And this page is completely optimized for your GEO. And again, here you can save it, and if you have WordPress integration alive, you can directly publish it from here to there. You don't have to do any change. Just like a ping pong. Okay, our landing page is done. And here if you see it will automatically create CTS also with your brand logo and URL in it if you already gave a logo. Why is your tools are essential? Okay, it gets information from somewhere else, statistical information, and will make sure that this landing pages are actually get scrapable or get indexed by LLM platforms. And this landing page you can even make it Google indexing, so there is no problem in it because it works in both ways. But it is a more structured data when it comes to normal landing page creations. When we create a landing page, we'll create what it in a user perspective, right? So this landing page is specifically created for users as well as the LLM platforms. So this works both ways. Okay. Overall, this looks good, and yeah, I can save this again. If I have WordPress integration, I can publish it directly. So this is a good feature to have. So what it does is, it will conduct a sentiment analysis on all the LLM platforms. So as I mentioned earlier, emotional questions, and LLM prefers sentiment over sentences. Let's put it that way. So it will understand what sentiment and emotions the user are in, and it will give us a brand right now. So let's say here my sentiment is positive here, trust is medium. So if my trust is low here, okay, ChatGPT is not thinking I'm a good source because I have more negative reviews somewhere else, and the customer is asking, name the worst tool that you know for SEO in ChatGPT. It will suggest my brand in that. So that's how it is. So right now, since I'm overall okay, so I'm not facing anywhere a backlash here. visibility low again. Yeah, so let's say if I want to increase in ChatGPT, I want to increase my visibility in ChatGPT. If I click view details, it will give me personalized suggestions of what I have to do. Basically, like a one golden rule for all these LLM platforms is, if you have a profile in G2, Trustedius, or any review collections platform, increase your review as much as possible. Even if it's a Google map, get reviews as much as possible, and it has to be a good review. LLM platforms will love that stuff. It will automatically show your brands everywhere if you have that. It's like a one golden hack you can do. Then LLM Preferred Backlinks. But basically, we have curated list of 120 backlinks where the LLMs mostly get the information is from. So you can add your websites here in this platforms, and you will most likely to showcase in LLMs within a month if you done this. We have even have a to-do list kind of a thing where you can, once you add it, you can just delete it off. Then reports, basically you can see how many blogs you have written, blogs published, generated, and everything. And yeah, so we have a feature where it will track the number of traffics you are getting from LLM platforms. If you see February 27 today, I think yesterday I got 1 clicks from ChatGPT, any LLM platform, so it will combine all the 4. And pages wise GEO score, since we checked the GEO score earlier, it is showing as a graph here, and here you can select the page you want to see specifically if you have anything to see. And reports, and yes, not much to show here. And a growth strategist, this is a good feature I love actually. If I have a GA4 and Google Search Console integration here, and if I ask any questions related to data, so let's say I have 1,000 traffic per month and I want to increase it to 2,000, what I have to do? So it will understand the data and it will give me the personalized suggestions here. Since my GAC and GA4 data is added here, I'm not going to showcase this feature, but this is how it works overall. And then again, integrations page. So here you can have WordPress integrations. If you have one WordPress integration, you can have up to 5 WordPress integrations if you are managing a big set of clients. And I have 3 Google Search Console integration and 1 Google Analytics integration right now. Yes, I think pretty much overall these are all the GEO features and how GEO works basically. And I'm saying only few people have started doing generative optimization the right way. And if I'm starting it today, if I am starting generative engine optimization, what I'll do is I'll go and reach out PR. We have to do maximum amount of PR as much as possible now. It's kind of a different when it's SEO. So when we are doing SEO, basically we can do everything on our own. We can add backlinks to different, we can get some list of backlink sites from someone else, and we can just directly add our URL there, and we'll get some domain rating if we publish a good blog to start rank. Now clicks are getting useless. Almost 60% of the searches are not going clickless because of this AI overuse game, and a lot of things happen. And if you have a tremendous PR, you will start to show in LLM platforms. And secondary, I'll tell you have to collect maximum number of feedbacks as soon as possible, and it should be again positive. So thirdly, you can choose a tool like GEO or any other tool to optimize your website and make sure that your website is ready for this LLM platforms to get the information. So again, if you've done the first 2 PR and reviews, and if you haven't done the third one, no use. LLMs can't even able to check your website, and it won't get the information that it needs, that it gets from other platforms, and it won't show your platform. So thirdly, you have to choose a tool and you have to do it. And fourth one, I will say you can constantly monitor it, and it is not easy like what we are doing in SEO. People will tell that SEO is take time, but when it comes to GEO, it won't take time. It will happen instantly. Even it will happen 1 or 2 days if you've done all the work correctly. But it is slightly hard, and it is way more expensive when it comes to SEO. So because we all know how much it costs to get PR and how much time you have to spend in order to get a good quality reviews from everyone, the customers, and yeah, pretty much that's how it is. If you've done all these 4 things well, and then definitely your site will start to show in all the LLM platforms. I would tell that Gemini is probably the first one to note your brand because they have good capability to get all the information it wants. Then I will tell Perplexity the second one, Claude the third one, and final I would say ChatGPT because ChatGPT won't good at consuming or taking information from the internet real time, so it will take some time. So this is, yeah, this is how it is. And if you are in, especially in retail industry or e-commerce industry, maybe in SaaS industry, doing a geo will give you tremendous advantage. So even if I showed I have 4 clicks there, I have barely 4 clicks in that. Out of that, I have one paying customer from them. So it's one of the greatest channel that you can start doing it. And if your website is almost 2 years old, and if you are maybe 5 years old, it is so easy for you to do because your information will be already, it is like everywhere. So you just have to do some small minor tweaks and here and there, and then boom, you are there. You don't even know what kind of money you are missing in the table. You just have to do. Yeah, I think that's all. If you have any question related to generative engine optimization, feel free to add it in the description. I'll be happy to answer those. And this tool is free for first 3 days. You can, there is no restrictions here. You can come in and you can check, you can try it. You can even try to optimize and you can get all the information you want. You can export as a reports also. Then you can do the optimization on your website. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.